Una good evening, fellow Ambazonians. All man he place over day. I salute all una. I sure say for place where you day, you take very good care of yourself and you do your very best for the situation we always will find ourselves. I be una brother, una friend, Lucas Asu, we are the spokesman for the governing council of Ambazonia. Today, I don't come for count talk for all una, for something we una don't always ask them, for something we una talks it be very important for all we, for something we una don't demand for, something we people don't make a lot of arguments about. I want to talk now about unity and collaboration. For the place where all we come out, we know say unity is an important thing. All we believe say if Ambazonian people then they come together, the liberation will it will come, it will finish, we will defeat Cameroon quick. That one not true. Not true say if movements and leaders they truly, genuinely come together, focus together, work together, focused on the liberation, we will defeat Cameroon quick. That one not true. Not true say in the past, we don't call for conferences, Ambazonia as a meetup, for work on this thing they call say unity and collaboration. Say make our people they unite. Make our people come together. Make our people they work together. So that it will help for push Cameroon out of the land quickly. We don't learn over the last 7 years. Say most of 90% of all the conferences and what they don't call as American Ambazonia, they come together. They're not being manipulated. They're not being at something where people they truly want unity and collaboration. They don't hijack some. Some even the money where they raise them for the conference where people they come together. They take the money, they chop them. So we don't leave the Ambazonian people then for a place where they be very frustrated. For a place where some not trust again. For a place where some they feel they be demoralized. Because we don't carry an all put them for our head. Say a precondition for win Cameroon, now unity and collaboration. It don't become an unconscious expectation for most Ambazonians. Say without unity and collaboration, the Ambazonian liberation struggle, it will fail. It don't become an unconscious expectation. Say if unity no dey, all movement they not come together, then things they no go work out. It be far from the reality. 90% of all Ambazonian movements where they exist now for paper. 90% of all Ambazonian movements where they exist, they only exist for paper. They only exist for the sake of existing. They only exist now just the name they exist. The reason why they exist, no man no know. So it put the Ambazonian people them for a very difficult place. Most Ambazonians don't know the reason why most of this. If I ask you, what be the purpose why this movement they exist and they call itself liberation movement, you know if you give me an answer. They never ever can tell you the reason why they exist. What be their own purpose, what be their own mission, what be their own work. So the unity where most Ambazonians that they call for and that they ask for, enough it happen. Enough it happen. The unity will go free Ambazonia. That the kind of unity I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the kind unity and the kind collaboration where it will lead to the independence of Ambazonia. Now what will be important for you that? Now what will be important for me this? Now what will be important for all we? What will be important for all we? Now the unity and collaboration will go lead to the independence, to the freedom. We go lead for kick Cameroon out of our land. We go lead for take back our country. And the unity and collaboration that will be important for you. And the unity and collaboration that will be important for all. Now the subject matter this, where I want to make all we engage in. We don't get 7 years of experience for this liberation struggle. So I don't need for educate you. I don't need for convince you on this. You get 7 years of real life experience of who be this movement, who be that movement, what did this movement feel offer them, and what did that movement not feel offer them. So you get 7 years of that. Not been as until I get for can teach you or tell you. You don't be around for 7 years. I don't be around for 7 years. So now the time for we for sit up, be honest, and tell ourselves the truth about which it will help all we free ourselves. We get for stop for run around. We get for stop for repeat the same things and we don't try them, they don't fail. The same things and they never ever work. For 7 years they never work. So the things that they never work, you know if you expect them, you know if you make them work now. Where you know say they never work. So now wait till it go work today. Wait till it go work today. First, make we define collaboration. A collaboration, now an idea. Say people the way they get things, the way they get them in common. They come together for work for something will be very specific. Collaboration, now 1, 2, or 3 people where they get a common interest, they get common objectives, they get common outcomes, that they come together for put their resources, for put their expertise, for put their experiences, for put their knowledge, for put their capacity, for achieve something where it be greater so that it will benefit everyone. For political purposes, political parties, liberation movement, they come together now when they get a common outcome, they get common objectives, they get common aspirations, it make them come together. Say if they put their resources together, if they work together, they will achieve something will be far more greater and it will be a benefit for all the people that will be involved. Now the case this was a liberation struggle? No. Now the case this for Ambazonia? No. 80, as I talk, 90% of all Ambazonia liberation movement, they only exist on paper. You don't know the direction where they go. You don't know the purpose of their existence. but you want make all man come together. You want make all mankind unite. You want make all mankind collaborate. How collaboration will be possible when you not even know the direction of which some of this movement they stand for, which they be about? You don't even know. So your concept say all man must come together, it be erroneous. People that they come together now when they get common interest, when they get common purpose for their existence. For our liberation struggle, the last 7 years don't teach we say, for be free and for make 2023 may be the year of promise to the Ambazonian people, we must change approach. We must change the way we think about collaboration. We must change the way we think about unity. It not must be something we be very we fantasize about. It not must be something we be na a mystery. It must be something where it be practical. It be pragmatic. It not get for be something where it be a deceptive process, for a manipulative process. It get for be something will be genuine and practical. And the thing is what I want to talk about. Before we go for them, I ask Dr. Chuayaba, so we don't try many times for bringing Ambazonians together. As we don't succeed, finally, through our ground strategy, through the actions on the ground and targeted diplomacy, we finally succeed for get Cameroon, for commit to the international community and get a discussion. I ask you, say you still be interested for bring all Ambazonian movements, and especially the one where they be participate for the Canada talks, as a way for create the all Ambazonian conference, which he tell we, it be shock even me. Which he tell the Ambazonian people them, it shock me. It shock you. When I hear, we will come back, I will tell una place where we go, what you need for expect them, and what you need for let go. Now watch this video. You also, right after the Canada pre-talks, you also initiated something called the All Ambazonian Conference. There have been two All Ambazonian Conference tour by the constituting groups that went to Canada talks. Are you still interested in pursuing the All Ambazonian Conference as opposed to the other factions that are now pursuing the agenda of referendum?
No, for the record, the AGOC has, in the past week, informed the other movements that it is not the right time for that conference, and it is not going to commit as a convener for an all-Ambazonian conference. The other movements have not shown the level of seriousness. As we were having discussions in Canada, the unity amongst us was palpable. And I suggested that we use this positive spirit and bring our people together, mobilize, and increase the resistance. This was as far back, I think, as November.
It was in November, I remember.
Yes, I suggested the month of March, so that, because we were aware there will be the culmination of the talks in January. And I thought if we bring our people together, it will be an opportunity to build on the successes of collaboration during the Canada talks to institutionalize some of the little victories and establish a framework for negotiation that is acceptable to others, and agree on certain principles on how we can work together, mobilize resources. We had specific issues, especially ones that was a bilateral agreement between the AGOVC and the APLM, and one that was even suggested by the consortium on territorial, static territorial control. So there was real excitement. But the agenda for the talks became thwarted. I don't want to get into all the innuendos. Continuous delay gave the opportunist an opportunity to begin to call for counter conferences. We had inspired, motivated the Amazonian people by announcing, even the announcement, you realize that since Canada, the leaders haven't gone out, right?
Yeah, you guys are you're always supposed to
Yes, the other
make
leaders,
public statement. You're
yes,
always
the
supposed to
other
make
leaders,
public statement.
especially the IG care, especially the IG care has been the greatest obstacle to genuine collaboration and unity. And it has presented itself in building proxy alliances with SCNC and the consortium, and using all antics to somehow rebuild all of the factions that, the splinters, using all of those splinters to create a lot of negative atmosphere. Collaboration is as tough as negotiation. In collaboration, you have to find areas of common interest and discuss detailedly on the substantive issues around those areas and the procedures that can help you accomplish substantive agreements. They have not been interested in detailed discussions that will lead to what I call hard compromises, because the IG care is worried all the time any compromise of collaboration will somehow advantage the AGOVC because its leader is in jail. So they are not interested in genuine discussions that can lead to collaboration. That's why even when we announced pre-Canada tours, only the AGOVC arrived Toronto. It cost us thousands of dollars to move the vice president to Toronto. Dr. Akwanga had informed the team that he had an issue with his passport, and so that could be a reason, and he had not been well. The consortium never showed up. SNC never showed up. IG never showed up. Yes. We convened for Atlanta. None of them showed up. Okay? We convened for Minnesota. Only the consortium showed up late. So, and in the midst of all of this, you could see them in different networks, shoring up people who are creating confusion, who are attacking the integrity of the Amazonian struggle in the name of attacking Ayaba. They are, through their actions, and they've refused that we even go out together. Why? Because they are in the background propping arsonists and confusionists to attack us, and so they feel ashamed sometimes to go in front now and have the discussion with us. 11th of February, I asked that all of us go out and announce common actions. Nothing. I put out a program that we should at least discuss and see what we could do. Nothing. Elections of La République in March, the same. Nothing. Women's Day, nothing. 20th of May, nothing. So I can go on and on to demonstrate the bad faith of these people, but every day they are out there shouting Amazonia, we stand for the flag, we stand for the flag. No, they are not interested in Amazonia. They are interested
what are they, if they are not interested, Mr. President, if they are not interested in Amazonia, what are they interested in?
They are interested in relevance. For them, the struggle is a platform for political posturing. Look, liberation struggle is a place to go and die. If you are a movement leader in a liberation struggle, it's a place to go and die and go to jail. It's not a place to profile. Okay? It's a place to make hard decisions. It's a place to fight the enemy. Do you see them fighting the enemy? Do you see them enacting policies that undermine the enemy? So you ask yourself, what are they doing? Nothing. They are not doing anything. What they are interested in is creating unnecessary alarm. Once they, oh no, hey, stop the egg of sin now because they might do something that no. You don't see these people say this is 20th May. What is the common plan that we can do? We have made the decision for any discussion with any of them. There must be a public commitment to a declaration of principles. The egg of sea will no longer waste its time with arsonists, with political adventurers who are interested in political posturing in the face of a war of attrition against our people. We don't have the time. We will build relationship with foreign nationalist movement. And I use this opportunity to announce that this year is the 10th anniversary of the existence of the Amazonian Governing Council. We will be celebrating the 10th anniversary in South Africa in 2024. And we will build relationship with foreign nationalist movement to help us to liberate Amazonia. If we spend our time with these people, we will be giving a false sense of hope and giving them relevance when all they do is to attempt to subvert any action that can lead us to work together. You cannot imagine that we are planning an all-Amazonian conference and then we call for leaders to go around and talk to our people. None of them shows up. At one stage in Atlanta, I even worked hard to see that we secure a place where all of them could stay. I reached out to them. I even proposed that AGOVC, if it is an issue of money, AGOVC was ready to support any of them to travel. Nothing. So we will do it by ourselves. We are capable. We are going to work with the forces on the ground. We will support the forces on the ground as we have been doing. And we will make sure that we use our political leadership and wisdom in leadership to help these forces work together, overcome obstacles, mobilize resources, respect international law, and help us to make sure that we can liberate our homeland. Maybe at some stage, they will be ready to make the tough decisions that are required for collaboration. To collaborate in a liberation struggle, there should come a time when Dr. Cho Ayaba can say, all right, we push you forward. Or where the AGOVC can say, all right, you stand in front here. You must give up something. Okay? You must be ready to give up something to work together, or you must be able to agree on something like we agreed with the APLM. We could do joint leadership on issues. We get SOCADEF and ADF working together in Meme. They are together all the time. We talk to the commanders all the time. You don't find a leader who goes behind to subvert, to undermine you from behind, and then refuse to come in front and talk about unity. You talk an issue of taxation, you discuss with them, they are not interested because the people that they have pushed in front to attack us, they are afraid of them to present a case. There's one tough person who has been doing this stuff is JMA, who has been taking firm stance that we think if we walk on, but also he faces his own wahala from the enabler called Fontem in his own group. You know,
Fellow Amazonians, when I don't hear directly from the leader, all the attempt we need try as a leader, forget other movements, may they only show common interest. Even for 20th May, they not ask the organization they can't bring money for table, for gear and for forces, make a carry action. They say, when I come together, we will come together, we go talk, say, okay, today we don't agree, so we'll call for 1 day lockdown for the territory. We'll call on all our people, may they stay for house. Just for come out for outside, for can't talk, say, we, the leaders of Ambazonia, sit down for one table or stand for one place and make a joint statement that the fear for Duam will come together for Duam for the purpose of Ambazonian people. So if some person not fit come off outside for 20th May, we can't tell the population what the population get for do. Then what that person it do for the Ambazonian liberation struggle in the name of a leader. The colonial government, it organized the election for the territory. You call yourself a liberation movement. You know if you come off outside, you can't talk, say, we don't want this thing for our territory, we'll ban this thing, and we'll call on all our people, they reject this thing, and we'll call for a 1 day lockdown. Then people that also come off outside, carry the name, carry big cap, put them for their head. I stand for Ambazonia. I stand for Ambazonia. I stand for the flag. I stand for the flag. Very simple and basic things and what they require you for do small work for the people that no one do. With all which the leader don't talk, with all which we don't go through as a people, the Ambazonia Governing Council, it call on the Ambazonian people, it's time for change don't reach. Going forward, the Ambazonia Governing Council, it no go waste its time for anything collaboration with any movement except they sign a public declaration of principles and intent. The only time with the AGOVC would discuss anything unity or collaboration with any movement for this liberation struggle. Not only when they come out in the public and they sign a declaration of principles. Now the only time that. For people then for go for back talk one thing and come for the public and talk another one, it don't be over. We don't give our the Ambazonian people a false sense of hope for too long. And it must come to an end. The collaboration with the Ambazonia Governing Council be interested in, now collaboration will be practical. It be practical and it must be done in the public. It must be done in the public. Like the one with the AGOVC, you don't sign them with the APNM. It be public. And because of that, the ADF and SOCADEF, that's what they did. They don't come together like one. Living together and fighting together. For Meme. Now the kind of collaboration this way, we go pursue them going forward. Now the kind of collaboration this will go. Secondly, our focus don't change from the diaspora to the ground. Our focus now Now for mobilize all the forces on the ground, for work together with the Ambazonia Defense Forces, for provide them with the critical support and the essential leadership will be needed for their survival. For the forces on the ground to survive, they need constant critical support and an effective leadership with no road. At the direction of this, for our own collaboration. Collaboration must be practical with a focus on the nationalist agenda. The collaboration must be focused on the nationalist agenda. For provide to the forces, increase the resistance on the ground, give hope for our people then, and bundle Cameroon out. Any other thing a waste of time for the Ambazonia Governing Council. All the noisemakers, may they go gather themselves and continue with their empty talk and noise and cry on social media and on WhatsApp. Leadership, any man we don't study leadership, leaders, they need to come together for nothing. NATO is a perfect example. The North Atlantic Treaty Organization. A perfect example. They come there for a specific purpose. The United States, it get a place for NATO. It get a place. All man get a place. While they work together, all man get a place. NATO is a perfect example for collaboration. And when they see their collaboration, for their efforts, for help Ukraine. When I see their efforts, when I see their collaboration, every month they come together, raise money, buy weapons, give weapons to Ukraine. A collaboration that very practical collaboration. So leadership and the ability for deliver results to a people, and to deliver results, you must find partners and other movements where they get the same passion, they get the same interest, they get the same focus, they get the same intensity for the objectives. We bind one together. The focus of the Ambazonia Governing Council from day one, now for end Cameroon occupation of Ambazonia, now for liberate the Ambazonian people, now for bundle Cameroon out, now for dismantle all their colonial institutions and infrastructure of Ambazonia, and give power back to the Ambazonian people. And the focus of the Ambazonia Governing Council is. So that's why we're going to put an end to illusionary unity and collaboration, and adopt a practical approach to collaboration. Since 2017, where they catch Ayok Tabe, the leader of the IGK group, he get a person for outside here where they don't call and say he own vice president. For the last 6 years, Yeri Manofi put together a small defense force on the ground for fight for the release of Ayok Tabe. For the last 6 years, Yeri Manofi put a campaign together for fight for his own leader, he release. What a shame. What a shame for people that way your own leader there for jail. La Republique, he don't carry boots. Press her for a neck. enough to breathe. You there for outside, you be a free man. And you talk saying that you be the vice president of a movement. You know if you mobilize for go after La République, we don't put boots on your own leader neck, and that leader no fit breathe. You do it for outside. When I did recruit from Maggie Kilo to author of Southern Cameroon International Town Hall, when I did recruit all of them, may they can't find an egg of sea. When a leader, La République don't put boots for a neck, enough to breathe. When I need to focus for fight La République. When I need to focus on the people that don't put boots and they foot them for press Ayokabe neck. When I don't lose sense. When I can't find our own relevance. Now every day for call ADF, every day for call egg of C name. What a shame. And when I claim say when I like one leader, when I love one leader. When I dey for outside, when I dey wait for person when they for jail, make them free when people there when I dey outside. Yerima and all the people there for IG, they dey wait, make a Yoktabe can free them. Where he did for ground with boots on his neck. He there Yoktabe, he dey wait for Dr. Eba, make Dr. Eba can free. But when I turn for fight the same Dr. Eba, where ye their yoke, it count on Dr. Eba, make it free. What a waste of people. Who say on a head day, Yerima? Who say on a head day? I don't give an advice for 2020, 2021, 2022, when I not take them. All those loose groups them, I be tell you now. No pity that. I give an advice. Say when I even adopt a soldier like No Pity, make it come directly under una group, and the whole world will know say they fight under una. So that if you get consistent direct support. No Pity catch the colonial chief for the colonial house of chiefs for the Savannah states. He catch he keep it for 17 months. For 17 months. Because of the lack of leadership. Now that they don't leave it. Now that they don't release it. If na bigger sense, not be there for work a deal. Do prisoners exchange? They don't release the colonial chief of the colonial house of chiefs or the colonial fund for the colonial house of chiefs. He don't go for free. How many Amazonian prisoners they release them? Because when I don't know what you stand for, when I don't know what you fight for, when I don't know what you want, when I just be confused. When I sit up, when I stop for food the Amazonian people then, when I stop for occupy empty space for nothing. You, Yerima, one of the reasons where you the fear and you the shame for come for public can't stand up with egg of C, so you want to collaborate. Now because you the send Fabiano every day make you go attack the ADF. Make you go attack the ADF. Make you go attack the egg of C. When I say egg of C, the work with La République. When I say egg of C, not be it be irrelevant. The same time, when I go talk to when I want can collaborate with egg of C. You see now why when I fear collaboration for public? Because when I not get nothing for offering for the Amazonian people then. That's why for hide una emptiness. That's why when I make this small thing then. Send people like Fabiano. ADF na this, ADF na that, Dr. Abada this, Dr. Abada, all that one for cover up on emptiness. Say in the last 6 years, una never offer the Ambazonian, una don't offer nothing to the Ambazonian people. Then. 6 years. Yerima Nofi put a small unit, even for the state, where you tabe commodity, for them forget leverage. How una think say, una go she down for table and talk say una want me the free una leader. Wait till you get down on the ground in a liberation struggle as your leverage for which you fight for. Which you get down. That's why even if they take na 50, all these empty Ambazonian movements, even if they take na them 50, all those movements will still be na beggars. When they go for the international community, and I don't shit on with most of them for meeting, they be beg, where una help we know, where una help we, una help we know, una help we. When me a shit on, I stand in front of these people, them at the talk. Now so all them there shit on quiet. Now so you go see them. They should not so quiet. For most meetings, most of these people that they fear for call the name Ambazonia. We go for the United States Congress or Senate for a presentation. All these people themselves, they not be fit for call the name Ambazonia. When I see them so far, I say when I enter for some place, because they don't get anything where they feel enter with confidence and put them for table. When we enter for all this place, we make a nationalist argument on behalf of our people then. Because of which we don't put them on the ground and it gives you the power, the capacity, and the confidence for talk from a position of strength. When they enter there, they be the beggars. When we enter, we talk from a position of strength and authority. Because diplomacy, you know if you go with diplomacy with empty hand. You know if you go rely on prisoners as your own diplomatic capital. You must get something for your pocket. You must get something. Alright? So going forward, the Ambazonia Governing Council no go waste its time anymore with all this nonsense and all these lazy people they call themselves slave leaders. When a noise go end for Facebook and it go end for WhatsApp. While work now for focus on the ground, for shaking the Republic on the ground, for increased firepower on the ground. The liberation then for ground. The purpose for leadership will be outside, now for be for a safe place, for lead the liberation and help the forces then. For take control on the ground. For help the Ambazonia people them on the ground, for take back power. The purpose of AGOVC now for help our people them. Defeat the Republic and take power, give them back to the Ambazonia people them. Not before Kanshida begin to make noise with all these noise makers where they go around cause confusion and kill soldier them. So now the expectation this one I need for get them for the AGOVC. Any person who want collaborate with AGOVC, the AGOVC with all which I don't talk. I want to make all man know say the AGOVC be open to collaboration, but the collaboration must be practical. For collaborate, the movement and the AGOVC where they talk say they want to collaborate, they must come for outside, the whole paper, they sign them. Say as from today, we collaborate on this thing, on this thing, on this thing, now the agreement, this will be signed up. Collaboration will be na some back, as until we will go for some conference. Say they call a conference. They call conference. Say make all you, Yerima, it pass you for fly camp for Toronto for the AAC pre-tour. Wait to make you, Yerima, you not be fit for come out, buy ticket, come Toronto for a meeting where you don't commit yourself into. When I deceive now, all the 3 meetings they don't take place. The one for Toronto, now only AGOVC one show up. Now only the vice president of AGOVC show up. The one for Atlanta, now the same thing. The one for Minnesota, now only consortium show up. They come very late. It must come to an end. And at the end is. All right? So, my people then, wanna stay strong, wanna stay focused. Right now, most of the forces on the ground, the Ambazonia Governing Council, it don't coordinate and it lead most of the forces on the ground. We don't get a significant number of the groups on the ground for directly begin to work with the Ambazonia Governing Council and the Ambazonia Defense Forces, and we provide them direct support. And at the direction this way, we will take them for intensify the resistance on the ground, unify the forces on the ground, get the men work together as one, and bundle Cameroon out of our territory. That the only thing this will matter for we, that the only thing this will matter for our people then. At the right time, any person will woke up from sleep, he could follow the liberation. The rest, if not be so, we wish una good luck for Facebook and for WhatsApp. Una get a good night, fellow Amazonians. May God bless all. Una cafe, idea.